There's a quote that my teacher Krishna Das says at the end of Kirtan. If we know anything about a path at all, it's only because of the great ones that have gone before us. Out of their love and kindness, they have left some footprints for us to follow. That one quote has humbled me time and time again. When I made the decision to offer yoga teacher trainings, it took me some time to actually commit. It's a massive responsibility to be a white Westerner, trying to convey a deeply rich tradition and spiritual practice to the modern day person. Someone who's looking to start practice or to start teaching. In taking on the task of offering trainings in Yin Yoga and Ayurveda, I went to my teacher, Paul Grilly, and I asked him for his blessing. He's more like a brother to me, so his confidence in my ability to do the work encouraged me to move forward. The way I look at yoga teacher training in the 21st century, whether it's in person or held virtually, is this. We are sitting in a moment in time where more people are practicing the physical forms of yoga than likely any other time in history. Yet I fear that much of what is transformational in the practice is being lost. I myself came to yoga in my teens out of a desire to change my body and achieve some sort of perfection physically. What I discovered over the decades I put into this practice is that my physical form has always been perfect, all along, and that I could only progress on this path by looking inward rather than outward. My studies in yoga and Ayurveda led me to develop my own trainings that are geared to help my students to also look inward themselves. The ancient practices need to evolve to consider the needs of the modern person. Our posture, our habits, the nature of how we affect our senses, and perhaps most importantly, how the yoga itself is actually being taught to start with. I had so many experiences of witnessing yoga teachers use a script or memorized cues to guide people into specific shapes so that everyone looks the same without ever looking around the room to see what is actually right in front of their eyes. What we are is unique, and we need to be appreciated for this. We can't all fit into a cookie cutter shape when we're all our own unique tapestry of qualities and characteristics. There's a parallel of everyone being the same, yet everyone being completely different. That's the beauty of yoga. When you look around the room, no two people should actually look exactly the same, and yet they should be in their own process of the same transformational experience. In coming to my Yin Yoga teacher training, whether it's to become a teacher or to enrich your own personal practice, you are taught that there is a functional purpose to every shape and to see people as they are. What does that mean? Well, it means that when we use our words to suggest how to move the body, that there needs to be a reason behind it, a purpose. Being able to communicate why we do these movements and how the student should actually feel in the shape is crucial to the practice. It's never been about what the body looks like in these forms. It's always been about what it feels like, how the breath moves, how the energy moves, and whether we are contributing to disease or whether we're contributing to health. Our words matter, and so do our actions. There's no more powerful adjustment in yoga than language. Learning how to see from the outside when someone is restricted on the inside, and then knowing how to use the power of words to help the student guide themselves into the shape properly and safely is not only empowering to the student, but it's also what it means to be a yoga teacher rather than a yoga instructor. What is unique about my trainings are my 30 plus years of practice, 19 years as a massage therapist, a professional educator in anatomy and functional movement therapy, 23 years of teaching, nearly 3,000 hours of professional training, and over 11,000 hours make up that 23 years, and also being an Ayurvedic practitioner. Despite all of that, I teach in a way with language that takes the complexities of science and physiology and bring it to you in a language and a manner that everyone understands. Not just theoretically, but inherently. I teach you how to communicate, not just speak. I teach you how to teach, not just instruct. The yin and yang of yoga is actually yoga and Ayurveda. They are two halves of one complete practice. Yin level 1 is yinteroception, the physical anatomic nature of the practice and understanding the unique nature of the body, the postures, and how to compile an effective and useful practice. There is no memorization of cues and scripts here, but there is rich wisdom, learning, understanding, and knowledge. This is learning how to teach people to feel in their own bodies and be empowered to respond to what they feel. Yin level 2 is yinterospection. Yoga is defined as ceasing the fluctuations of the mind. The world more than ever needs tools and tactics to gain awareness, not just of our thoughts, but of our actions and the root of why we do what we do. In uncovering the mystery of the myofascial matrix in modern science, the ancient wisdom tradition of Chinese medicine, meridians, chakras, and quantum physics, we can not only understand the nature of the mind, the energy, and the life force, but how to use it for personal and spiritual transformation. We are much more than a body. We're a complex system of thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, and every layer of our existence needs care and attention. Yin level 3 is yintegration. Understanding Ayurveda within yoga and how to evolve your practices for the seasons of the day, the year, and the seasons of life. This closes the gap between showing up on your mat and fully showing up in your life. Understanding your true nature and how it is influenced by the nature around you offers us the key to health, vitality, and harmony. I can promise you this: when you embark upon this teacher training journey, the way you look at yoga will completely transform. And it's my hope that the way you look at your body and your life will as well. In the end, it's my intention that, to the best of my ability and with great humility, that I may continue to lay some footsteps for others to follow and keep these rich wisdom traditions growing and evolving long into the next generation of seekers on the path to yoga. I hope to see you on the journey.